If something is watching us from the dark, it might already be too late. Those were the haunting words of Dr. Alvaro Sorin, spoken in 2087, just before everything changed. For centuries the stars were silent, a vast empty canvas that we painted our dreams and questions upon. But on August 6, 2087, that silence was shattered. High in the Cordillera Blanca, the Helios 12 radio telescope picked up something impossible, a pattern of pulses from the Hydra constellation. 3 short beats, one long and another short, a signal the world would come to know as 3I. At first, scientists dismissed it, a pulsar, solar interference, but the 3I signal was relentless. It repeated every 88 minutes, a perfect, unwavering metronome from the void, and it carried a numeric sequence, a message far too precise to be a fluke of nature. The world was captivated. Hashtags like "They are here" and 3I signal exploded across every social media platform. We were all looking up, filled with a mix of wonder and anxiety, completely unaware that the signal wasn't an invitation. It was a set of coordinates. The moment of truth came at 2:43 a.m. on March 17, 2088. A colossal black sphere the size of a city materialized out of thin air above the Pacific Ocean near Hawaii. It didn't glow, it didn't emit any signals. It just hung there, absorbing the light, turning the vibrant blue sky into an ashen, dead grey. The first military satellite images were terrifying. The sphere's surface wasn't smooth, it was covered in shifting hexagonal plates, moving and rearranging themselves like the skin of some colossal living creature. Aboard the orbital station Atlas 7, Commander Lia Kael was jolted awake by a blaring red alert. "Confirm status," she demanded, her voice tight. "Is it an asteroid or—" The reply from Officer Varun sent a chill through the entire command deck. "It's not rock, Commander. It's maneuvering." Just hours later, the true scale of the nightmare became clear. 6 more spheres appeared, positioning themselves with chilling precision above the planet's largest volcanoes: Etna, Fuji, Yellowstone, Popocatépetl, Nyiragongo, and Mauna Loa. The world, watching live, finally had a name for the visitors. The Kryth had arrived. The first strike was swift and brutal. The sphere hanging over Mount Fuji split open, unleashing columns of eerie, bluish light that slammed into Tokyo. Streets melted into rivers of glass, and from within those columns of light, horrors crawled forth. Biomechanical creatures scuttling on 4 legs, their bodies armored with razor-sharp plates and their heads dominated by a single pulsating red eye. The media, in a desperate attempt to label the unthinkable, nicknamed them the Scarab Beasts. Within 12 hours, thousands were dead. The attack marked the fall of the first pillar, the name given to the alien structure that now rose from Fuji's crater, radiating a powerful electromagnetic field. Drones fell from the sky like stones, and half of Japan's power grid was plunged into darkness. In response, the UN declared planetary martial law. The United Earth Alliance, or UEA, was formed, but old habits die hard. The world's powers immediately began bickering over who would command the orbital defense fleet. And while the politicians argued, 4 more cities fell to the pillars. Meanwhile, deep beneath Geneva, a breakthrough occurred. Dr. Sophia Lestrell, a brilliant cryptographer, partially decoded the original 3I signal. The numeric sequences weren't just random numbers, they were 13 sets of terrestrial coordinates. Every single one matched a location where the Kryth were now raising their pillars. This intelligence led to the creation of the Atlas Project, a living database, a global brain trust dedicated to understanding the enemy. It logged every attack pattern, analyzed Kryth anatomy for weaknesses, and even developed sonic wave maps that could disorient the Scarab Beasts. And at the heart of the counteroffensive was Atlas Strike, a new tactical force led by none other than Commander Lia Kael. An officer born and raised in orbit, she was humanity's best hope. During a high-stakes incursion in Rwanda, her team uncovered something that shook the very foundation of human history. Buried deep in the earth were fossilized human bones, but they were fused with strange, alien metallic alloys. This wasn't an invasion. The Kryth had been here before, thousands of years ago. The pillars weren't new weapons. They were ancient, buried portals being reactivated. The revelations didn't stop there. Atlas researchers discovered that certain humans carried unique genetic markers that were compatible with Kryth technology. They were descendants of ancient hybrids, a lineage created millennia ago, perhaps to serve as guardians for the very pillars that now threatened to destroy the world. And the most shocking discovery of all, Commander Lia Kael was one of them. The news tore her apart. She was human, a decorated officer sworn to protect Earth, yet flowing through her veins was the very key that could either unlock the pillars' power or destroy them forever. When this secret inevitably leaked to the media, Lia went from being a celebrated hero to a target of global suspicion. The internet became a cesspool of conspiracies and hateful memes. The commander is an alien spy, they claimed. Her own people began to fear her. Months of brutal fighting passed. 10 of the 13 pillars were now active, their combined energy darkening the skies and throwing the planet's magnetic field into chaos. The climate spiraled out of control. Super hurricanes battered the Mediterranean, auroras danced eerily over the tropics, and choking ash storms blanketed Los Angeles. Only 3 pillars remained dormant, and they became the last line of defense. The final 3 were located in the Andes, Antarctica, and deep beneath the Java Sea. It was Dr. Alvaro Sorin who made the final terrifying discovery. If all 13 pillars activated, they would synchronize their energy to create a stellar rift, a tear in space-time right at Earth's core. The planet would be violently dragged into the Kryth's dimension. Game over. The final offensive began in the Peruvian Andes. A dormant pillar erupted from within a glacier, unleashing clouds of silver nanodrones that swarmed Atlas Strike's forces. Soldiers in advanced exosuits advanced, only to be crushed by Kryth titans, towering bipedal war machines armed with devastating plasma cannons. In the midst of the chaos, Lia felt something strange. She could sense the pillar's pulses, almost like hearing an alien heart beating deep inside the ice. Focusing all her will, she managed to interfere with its rhythm, disrupting the sequence and slowing its activation. But the effort was immense. It drained her completely and she collapsed unconscious. Officer Varun's frantic voice echoed over the comms. "If she doesn't hold on, the pillar wakes, and we're finished." Dr. Sorin proposed a final, desperate gamble. Overload the pillar's core with an antimatter warhead. The blast would destroy the portal, but the resulting shockwave would tear Earth's crust apart for 800 kilometers in every direction. Sorin's voice was grim. "There's no victory without risk," he argued. "It's either that or the whole planet gets swallowed." But Lia, recovering, had another idea. "I won't destroy Earth to save it," she declared. "There's another way, inside me." Harnessing her unique hybrid heritage, she did the impossible. She channeled the inverse frequency of the original 3i signal, focusing it directly into the pillar's core. The energy field collapsed on itself. The portal sealed shut. But the feedback loop was catastrophic, and it irreversibly burned a part of her genetic code. Lia survived, but she was changed. Her eyes, once a familiar brown, now glowed with the same unsettling bluish hue as the pillars themselves. In the aftermath, a fragile quiet fell over the Earth. 2 pillars remain active, one submerged in the Java Sea, the other hidden deep beneath the Antarctic ice. The Kryth spheres retreated to orbit, silent, watching. The Atlas of Alien Invasion, containing everything humanity had learned, maps, battle diaries, creature dossiers, was released to the public. It was a monument to their struggle, filled with messages of hope. On the final page, Lia Kael left a personal warning. They didn't invade us. They came to reclaim their home, and they will return stronger. Over 2.4 billion people watched that broadcast live. The hashtag Prepare for 3i became a global rallying cry. In the cold void of space, the spheres aligned once more. And through the cosmos, a new series of pulses began to echo. This time, 4 short beats. The world had just survived one alien code, only to realize with dawning horror that the next one was already on its way. Thank you so much for watching. This story is a testament to resilience, but it's also a warning. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of the Kryth invasion, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what comes next. Stay safe and keep watching the skies.